Welcome to Newlyweds Can Cook. Today we're going to be making a pineapple apricot glazed ham that's perfect for the holidays or any family occasion that you will be asked to make over and over again. Let's cook.
Alright guys, so these are the ingredients that you're going to need for your ham. It's so basic and it will turn out delicious. So we're starting off with almost a 6-pound smoked ham. We have a whole clove of garlic, or whole bundle of garlic, I could say, that I've broken out, and I'm going to take the skin off of those. We have a can of sliced, what are these, pineapples. We also have some apricot preserve. You can use regular apricot preserve, but I'm gonna try this peach apricot preserve for the first time now. And then some yellow mustard and some brown sugar. Like, this ham is going to be so delicious and it's so easy to make. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first things first, which I've already did, was wash and towel dry my ham off. So this is actually good to go. So I'm actually gonna sit this off to the side. And now what we're gonna do is go ahead and start with our garlic cloves. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take the skins off of, whoa, where's my camera? Go ahead and take the skins off of the garlic, which is super easy. I put it down like that. Let me just zoom in a little bit. Put it down on my board. Smash it, and then the skins just peel off easily. Easy peasy. You can also buy the garlic that already has the skin off, but this is how we're gonna roll today. But that garlic is way more expensive too, so it's like $4 for a bag of already peeled garlic in your deli section or in your produce section, or you can just buy a clove of garlic for like 98 cents. You do the math. All right, so we're just gonna continue to peel these skins off, and once all of these are off, we'll be back. Alright guys, so we already have our garlic already broken out of his shell, and we're gonna go ahead and start fixing the ham. And what I'm gonna do is actually grab some gloves, because one thing you'll start to learn about me, I don't like to touch meat without gloves on. Even though this ham is already smoked, I don't know, I just rather have some gloves on. So I got my handy dandy gloves. And so yeah, so like I mentioned, this ham is already smoked. So basically what we're gonna do is prep the ham just for like heating so we're cooking the ham, but since it's already smoked, essentially it's already cooked. So what we're gonna be doing is basically heating it for an hour and a half and putting some glaze on it. And so some of my garlic pieces are very large. So you see this one? It's like very large. So what I'm gonna do is actually just cut this one really quickly in half. Probably should use a better knife, but this is what I got. Yeah, so some of these that are very large, you don't have to do this, but I want to make sure that I have garlic cloves all over my ham. And I'm gonna show you guys why in just a second. All right, so those are our garlic cloves. So what we're gonna do with our ham is that, actually let me flip the ham. We're gonna make X's in the ham, and then we're going to go in and we're going to put our garlic in there. So I'm just gonna zoom it in. And so what I mean is like this. Take your knife, cut a slit one way, cut a slit another way, traditionally like you're doing an X. So it's gonna create an opening, just like so. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna pop one of our garlic cloves in there. Simple. And all of that garlic flavor is gonna just like infuse our ham. So it's gonna be extra delicious. So this one does have a bone in it. If you have a boneless ham, it's so much faster, but I have to be mindful of the actual bones in here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just start doing this. It's no right or wrong way. It doesn't matter the distance of you separating the cloves of garlic. Just make sure you get all of your garlic in there, just because you don't want to waste it, right? So, and this again is why I prefer gloves. So what I'm gonna do to help speed up the process a little bit, I'm just gonna go ahead and just make several X's. And pray that I don't forget where I made the X's at to stuff this garlic. Y'all, I tell you, this ham is so good. My sister requested that I make it. So a part of me was like, oh, I don't want to do this, but it's so worth it. Even on the fattier parts of your ham, you know, if you don't want the fat part of your ham, cut that off. I don't know why you wouldn't want the fat part of your ham. You know, just saying. It's a ham, so it's gonna be fatty. So, all right, I'm gonna stop talking so much and we're just gonna go ahead and continue to use up all of our pieces of garlic. So we are gonna put some garlic as well at the top, or at the, what I like to call the flesh of the ham, where everybody eats from. So make sure you save enough garlic pieces for this part as well. And again, there's no right or wrong way of the placement. Just make sure you get the garlic good in there. I am using a serrated knife. Serrated, however you say it. It just helps cut a little bit better. All right, that was a big X. That was a big one. So I have about 3 more pieces of garlic to put in here. So I'm just gonna make sure that it just all goes in there like that. And so the recipe that I got this from, or the site that I got this from, will be linked below. And one thing I will say is that in the recipe, you guys will notice that the writer says use cloves, a half a cup of cloves. She didn't necessarily, you know, specify if she meant like actual like cloves or garlic cloves. So, if you know what like actual cloves are, they're the iridescent spice. So I just chose to do garlic cloves because, 1, I didn't have regular cloves, and 2, I really like garlic. So, all right, so that is all of our garlic embedded in our ham. As you can see, it's popping out, it's juicy. I do have one stuck deep down in there. So we're good to go with that. And so now what we're gonna do is take our pineapples. Go ahead and get these open. And then we're gonna use our toothpicks. And then we're going to, let me get the juice off of this. we're just gonna toothpick these pineapples all over this. So it's gonna be awesome. Get some toothpicks out. Okay. So just like this, take it. And you can use like a regular size, a huge thing of pineapples, which I should have gotten a big thing of pineapples like the regular can, but things happen. This is what I got. So I'm just gonna half them, put them on your toothpick, and you're just gonna stick it in, just like so. For one, I honestly didn't plan on getting this big of a ham, but like I said, things happen. This is what they had, so this is what I got. All right, so we're gonna put that in there, and then we're just gonna move to the butt of the ham. There's actually not a lot of slices of pineapple in here like I thought. It's okay. Recommendation if you're making this at home, make sure you get a large thing of pineapples, which I do have another can of pineapples, but it's like the small pieces of pineapple, but I may actually end up using that too. We'll see. No, I think this is pretty good. All right, so this is our ham with pineapple on it because we're gonna put a glaze on it too. And so that glaze is gonna help it and make it extra sweet as well. So some of my pineapple slid off, which is okay. All right, so bam. Girl, what? Oh, I thought it fell off. It did. Okay, so bam, that's our ham. Oh, there we go. Pineapple pieces going all around. It looks like it fell off, but it didn't. It's actually just sitting there. All right, let me take these gloves off and let's get ready to put this in the oven. All right, guys, so like I said, this is the ham that we are working with. I do have these, the tidbit pineapples that I could put on there, but like I said, I'm gonna make a really sweet glaze, so I think this is gonna be enough infused sweetness and enough infused garlic, so we're gonna be good. But I will recommend get a full-size can of pineapple rings versus the half-size can. But what we're gonna do now is go ahead and put some foil over it. We're gonna cover it. Also, my oven is already preheated at 350. I'm just gonna all right, so as much as we can, just make sure we cover it. And this is gonna go in the oven for 350 degrees for an hour and a half, and then we'll take it out. So we'll be back. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with our glaze while our ham is in the oven. And I like to do this ahead of time just so my glaze has at least an hour, the same amount of time to just sit and marinate and become all sweet and juicy. So what we're gonna need is 2/3 cups of brown sugar. We're gonna put in our bowl. Again, this is for the glaze that we have going on. We're going to need, it calls for a 1/3 cup of mustard. You know, I like to eyeball it. Okay. Mustard, and then we're going to use our apricot preserved. The recipe does call for 16 ounces of apricot preserve. God, why can't I get this open? There we go. But this is a new kind of preserve that I saw at my grocery store that I wanted to try. And so this is actually 11 ounces, which is totally fine. But let me actually try it. Oh, that's good. Y'all, this is good. I got it from Food Lion. I am impressed. Okay, so, sorry. Admiring the actual preserve here. Who am I? So I put majority of it in there. I just want to taste it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mix it, and then we're gonna taste it and we're gonna see what we need or what we don't need more of. Majority of the time, I will likely add, I don't know, sometimes I like it a little bit more tangy. And sometimes I like it a little bit more sweet. And when I say tangy, because you know mustard is really tangy. So, and since I don't have a lot of pineapples on it this time, I'm probably just gonna make it a little bit more sweet than on the tangy side. I don't know. It's just so good. Follow the recipe though for your first time, and then after that, you'll know what you need. Oh, that's good. Okay. Definitely need some more. Go ahead and put all of our, which I knew I needed this. I don't know why I didn't do it the first time. Put all of this in there. Okay. Scrape that. Put a little bit more mustard. Come on, mustard. Okay, I don't think I need any more brown sugar at this point. So let's just mix it and let's just see. Okay. I missed my whole finger. Ooh, that's good. Y'all, that's good. I am gonna add just a little bit more brown sugar. Oh, that's good. Just because I know I didn't put enough pineapple in there. So I wanted, my family likes the ham to be sweet and savory. The savory coming from the actual like pork of the ham. But the glaze, once it starts running off the ham, it ends up in a puddle at the bottom of the ham, and you can just like dip your ham in it. It's so good. So good. Okay, let's try it this time. Yeah, that's it. We're done. Oh, that's so good. Y'all, this glaze is just good by itself. So good. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is just cover this and let it sit out until my ham is actually done, and then we'll go ahead and glaze the ham. All right, guys, so this is our ham in all of its glory. And so it smells so good. And as you can see, some of the garlic has actually like popped out, which is fine. Like, push it back in there. It's a-okay, right? So what I'm gonna do, as you can see, there's a lot of liquid or fat that drained off of the actual ham. So the recipe doesn't actually call for this, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the ham out. This ham is really hot. Okay, God, we got this. Just gonna lift it out, put it on my cutting board. And so these are all of my drippings from the ham. Definitely going to be reserving this goodness. And what we're gonna do is I'm actually just going to pour this fat into a measuring cup. Cause I have to put it back in the oven for 30 more minutes. And so it's actually going to accumulate a lot more, well, some more fat. And once I put the glaze on it, I'd rather for the additional fat to have the glaze in it versus just being straight fat from the ham. So Again, this is not necessary at all. This step is not necessary at all. So we got that. You guys can see that? And so I'm gonna place my hand back on here. And then we're gonna go through and reinsert some of this pineapple that has come off. I don't know where it came from. It probably came from the bottom. So I'm just gonna stick it where I can. Stick this pineapple back in there. The garlic is actually okay if it's left out. Oh, there we go. The garlic's actually okay if it's just pushed out, because it's just gonna provide exterior flavor. So the more the merrier, right? And this roasted garlic is so good. Definitely would say cut your garlic down to like smaller pieces. Just gonna insert it. I have one more garlic piece that came out. Perfect. All right. Yeah, I know I have to have on my handy dandy gloves. So this is our ham. And so what I'm gonna do is actually take one of these gloves off. We got our glaze here, and we're just gonna put the glaze all over this ham. You can definitely use a brush if you have it. I actually have a brush handy right here beside me, but I'm just gonna try to do it without the brush. So you can see all of this ham glaze, y'all. I'm telling you, it gets no better than this. Seriously. So we're just gonna get all of that ham glaze on the pineapples, on the garlic, on the face of the ham, everywhere. And then we're gonna turn it over. And we're gonna do, this is what I should have did. Should have started with the bottom first, but it's okay. Because what's gonna happen is that the ham glaze is just going to drip down the ham, and it's automatically gonna coat the bottom of the ham. So it's all good. I just wanna turn this around so you guys can see what we're doing. So here's the back of the ham. Again, use a lot more pineapple. Use a lot more pineapple than what I used. And also, if your family isn't like a glazed family, you guys just like the straight savory ham, this is a good base for a ham without the glaze, with the pineapple and the garlic. Like, this is a great base to use. And we're gonna put this back in the oven, again at our 350 temperature. We're gonna put it back in the oven, uncovered this time, for 30 minutes. And it's just gonna be delicious. All right, let me make sure I got the back. Yeah. Just turn this back around one more time so you guys can get a good look at the front. And as you can see, like, that glaze has already started to drip down. And so I'm just gonna move the ham. Oh gosh. I'm just gonna move the ham so that I know the bottom also has that good glaze. Just move it on up in there. Just slide it in the pan. And then the bottom of the ham will also get that good glaze. So I still have some more glaze. And so I'm gonna use it. My family, we enjoy a good sweet savory ham. And this is, when I say my family, I mean like my siblings, my mom, my dad. So this is not just for me and my husband. No way we would eat all of this. Oh my gosh, no. So we're having a family dinner with my family. And as you can see, the reason why one of the good things is to drain that extra fat once it cools a little bit, is so that that glaze can just get thick at the bottom of the pan. So, and all of those X's that you made for the garlic, whoa, all those X's that you made for the garlic, well, those X's are now soaking up this glaze too. So it's never a bad idea to put more X's in it than what you have glazed. That is okay. Another side note, this glaze is really good with the charcuterie board. Oh, so with your salami and your crackers and your cheese, Spread some of this glaze on your cracker and then put your meat or your salami on it. Fire. It is so good. All right, so I don't think I can scrape anymore. Listen, I don't like to waste, so scrape as much as I can out. All right, there we go. There we go. And this is the brush that I was talking about. If you have like one of these brushes, you can definitely brush it on there. But for me, it was just good doing it like that. So what we're going to do, like I said, put this bad boy in the oven for 30 minutes, uncovered, and it'll be good to go. All right, guys, this is the finished product of our ham. And as you can tell, when it's uncovered, you get those nice crispy edges, which is so delicious. So I'm going to take this to my mom's house for us to have dinner, and we're going to cut into this. But for now, let's just go ahead and taste a little piece, right? Like, why not? Our hard work has paid off. And then you see the what is it called? The glaze at the bottom of the pan. Yeah, guys. That's it. The ham is so good. Oh, it's so good. It's gonna be good next day too. But definitely would recommend draining your fat off of it. Here's my fat before you put the glaze on it. But other than that, guys, a delicious, easy ham. Definitely give it a try and let me know your thoughts.